In this lesson, I'm going to show you how we have graphics in timeline. You can see we have only single layer as well as a single track in this video. But we have two objects here. You can see that. When you have multiple objects in your timeline, you can see we will have this kind of appearance in this program. But still you will have the separate objects in a separate timeline. But if you are creating any number of graphics, you can see that I can able to have only one timeline track here. This is because all those those shapes what we have created was considered as a single layer. Now you can see I have all those things. When I was adjusting the details about this particular the graphics what we have added, these all things are in a single track only. Now if I want to add another one, what I can do is I can come to this place, I can choose rectangle, and you can see I got one more new layer. So I was moving that new one. So if you have selected this track and you are adding any number of shapes, still you are using only one timeline. You can see that I was having only one timeline track, and when I deselect this timeline track, you can see that I was deselected. And if I'm going to add one new graphic, that will come in a separate video track. But if I was choose the previous this track, I can able to add only in that same track. You can see I just select this one and I'm going to choose all these three. I'm going to move that away from the center point, and here I'm going to choose the second one. You can see that I was selected this. Now I'm going to add one ellipse. You can see still we have that object in the same the second track. But if I deselect that here, and here also I'm going to deselect that particular track, I was just click outside, and if I try to create new object now, that will created in the second track, in the third track only. I click here, you can see how I'm going to choose this rectangle again. So if you have selected the same track, you can add those vector graphics, those rectangle and ellipse again and again in the same layer only. But if you want to use those graphics in a separate layer, you can deselect the existing layer here, and you can able to add any number of new. You can see I can able to add new things. So this is how you can able to add new graphics in a separate track. You cannot use the single track, because if you want to animate or if you want to give some special effects for those graphics, you need all those graphics in a separate layer. But if you want to have the same graphics and we are going to use the same animation for all those graphics, you can give the single layer, which is a single track for all those shapes, and you can able to animate or do any video effects using Adobe Premiere Pro. So this is how it works. You can see this is the first track, video track 1, and this is video track 2, and this is video track 3, and this is video track 4. So you have to be careful when you are adding those graphics with the help of this essential graphics. This is how we have this option, which is graphics in timeline properties.